In 1918, Brett Young published The Crescent Moon, which he described as the only shocker he would ever write, and certainly not his best story. It's set very largely in German East Africa, where he was himself, of course, at the outbreak of World War I. And there, displaced and traumatised by the tragedy which has befallen her, the novel's heroine arrives in Nairobi. It's been a long journey for her because she was born in Far Forest.
Would you please now give a very, very warm Bewdley Festival welcome for Claire Martin and Richard Rodney Bennett.
Have you seen the well-to-do strolling down the avenue on that famous thoroughfare with their noses in the air, high hats and narrow collars,
white spats and $15,
spending every dime for a wonderful time? If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits, putting on the Ritz. Spangled gowns upon the bevy of high brats from down the levee, all misfits, putting on the Ritz.
That's where each and every single bell goes.
Every Sunday evening with the swell bows,
rapping elbows, come with me and we'll attend their jubilee. They'll help us spend our last 2 bits, putting on the Ritz.
This is an exact replica made from a chap called John Barnett in Scotland. It's the same weight, it's the same metal, it's an oak handle with iron shafts that's probably been cut into 2. This was the knight's favourite weapon. It was a war hammer. And it was designed, as you can probably tell, you raised it above your head and you brought it down onto your fellow knight in front of you with that bit. That bit crushed the metal, weakened it, and you swizzed it around your hand and you finished him off with this bit, straight through the crushed bit. And if he still wanted a bit more, then you turned it round and you gave him holy hell with that bit. I know, but we've got to learn, madam. So we're being squeamish. Why sit at the front if we're going to be squeamish about it?
And while you've got your hands poised and ready, give an even bigger warm Bewdley Festival welcome for Simon Topman.
And all sorts of new products he introduced, some you wouldn't automatically think of as a whistle, came along. For instance, the American-style locomotive whistle. Do you remember the clangers? Yes. Did you ever wonder how they spoke? The nightingale. But I think my favourite from the Acme bird call range has to be this one. This is the Acme duck call.
And there I was in the tent that I happened to be sharing with Jim Davidson and Catherine Jenkins. Well, you know how it is, whenever you go on a Ministry of Defence trip, you always have to take a friend. And the mobile phone began to pulse, and I picked it up, blew off the sand, and after I got all the business, will you accept a transfer charge call from Bewdley? I found I was talking to none other than a woman whose surname I could not quite believe. But it turned out not to be Haddock, but Paddock. She said, "Is that Giles Bridreth?" I said, "Give or take a vowel or 2, yes." She then said, "My name's Jenny." I thought, well, that's charming in his own way. And she explained to me that she was the sort of festival director, and would I care to come along on this date? And I said, "Okay, Jenny, tell me, who has let you down?" I have been to theatres and festivals the length and breadth of this country, but at not one of them have I been the first choice.